Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, Prof, you are audible.
Okay, now
Yes,
you
sir.
can.
You are audible.
Audible. Are you starting now?
Prof, another 3 minutes. Exactly by 6 we'll start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, very good evening to everyone. A very warm welcome to all participants to day 4 of AICTE sponsored Atal Faculty Development Program on Greening the Future, Advancing Agricultural Economy and Sustainability through Technology and Innovation. I am Saujanya M. Nagaraj from Department of MBA, Dayananda Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce, and I will be your host for today's sessions. Today's sessions focus on how digital innovation and smart technologies are transforming Indian agriculture into a more sustainable, data driven, and productive ecosystem. Before we move on, it is advised that everyone to use your name in the Zoom call as per the full name given in the Atal portal. And I also wish to mention to the participants that for this FDP, minimum 80% of attendance is compulsory. Last day, that is Saturday, online test will be conducted between 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. Participants have to score 70% of marks in the test to get the Atal FTP certificate. Compulsory online feedback has to be given by participants through Atal portal every day. Now, let me introduce the resource person for this session. It is my privilege to introduce today's eminent resource person, Professor M. Moni Madaswamy, former Director General of National Informatics Center, Government of India. Professor Moni is a distinguished technocrat and pioneer in e-governance and agricultural informatics with over 4 decades of service to the nation. Under his leadership at NIC, several landmark ICT projects were conceptualized and implemented, including District Information System Program of NIC, HotNet, FishNet, and the National Animal Disease Reporting System, all of which have contributed immensely to improving agricultural productivity and governance efficiency in India. Professor Moni has represented India on numerous international missions and has delivered invited talks at global platforms, including ICT Observatory in the Netherlands, where he presented on strategic integration of ICT in agriculture. He has been the recipient of several prestigious recognitions such as Seva Ratna Award, ICT Leadership Award, Bhugol Bhushan Award, multiple Lifetime Achievement Awards for his outstanding contributions to agri-informatics and sustainable development. Currently, Professor Moni serves as Chairman of India Digital Agriculture Council and Chairman at Center for Agriculture Informatics and E-Governance, Research Studies, Shobit Deemed University, Meerut. A visionary, mentor, and thought leader, Professor Moni continues to inspire innovation in smart farming, digital agriculture, and rural sustainability. But before handing him over, Professor, with your permission, I request participants to switch on the cameras to take the screenshot for documentation purposes. I request all the participants to please switch on your camera. Thank you. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Professor M. Moni Madaswamy. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. And let me minimize that. Thank you very much for inviting me to this very important 6 days online faculty development program on greening the future, advancing agricultural economy and sustainability through technology and innovation by Dayanand Sagar College of Arts, Science and Commerce under the Atal program. I thank Dr. R. Pavitra, coordinator. She has been talking to me for inviting me to this program, and also the Dr. Subbalakshmi Somu and the first madam who introduced me to the audience. Thank you very much, and it gives me great pleasure to interact with the faculty members who are participating from different colleges under this faculty program. Madam, as of now, how many participants are there online?
Sir, 35 participants have joined right
Okay.
now. So
Okay.
the
Thank you
total
very much.
participant is 211.
Thank you very much. It is a very important topic, and it is about 13, 14 subjects, and I have been requested to talk on smart farming and precision agriculture technologies and a digital transformation in agri supply chain. But I should appreciate the faculty members to for identifying these very important topics, which in totality facilitates as to how to advance agriculture economy and sustainability through technology innovation. Hello? It's not moving? Hello?
Yes, Professor, you're audible.
No, it's not moving now. Hello?
Are you using arrow keys?
Arrow keys is
It's a bit slow, I believe, like before.
yeah, slow, yeah. Or shall I? It's become very slow now. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now it's picked up. Just no. Just let me try. Just it's no. Just okay. So the two sessions: smart farming and precision agriculture technologies, and the next session is digital transformation in agri supply chain. I would like to give a complete background with respect to these two topics in view of my vast experience, which I got for the last 35 to 40 years. You can see my journey, which is, from started, even though I joined in 78, but it started, the productivity has got started increasing from 1985 onwards, which I don't want to read it out, but I would like to, for the benefit of the audience and also for the topic, the first conference which we initiated for the agriculture sector was a national conference on informatics for sustainable agriculture development. This is a very important conference which I was able to organize it in Delhi. I was motivated by recommendation of the Rio Earth Summit 1992, and which gave an IT blueprint for agriculture sector. In 1995, when the other parts of the world didn't even talk about it. We didn't talk about information technology in agriculture, but we thought that like agriculture economics and agriculture statistics, it should also evolve as a discipline. We proposed 15 informatics network. It was a big conference in Vigyan Bhavan, Delhi. More than 450 people participated, and 15 informatics network, and that we named as digital network for farmers. Before that, government of India during the period of Mr. Rajiv Gandhi decided to go for for establishing district informatics center in every district collectorate and the NICNET expansion. And I was the first project director for the district information system, which we were able to visualize and to establish 28 sectoral database development program for decisions. These are all the basic foundations for the today's e-governance program, the DISNIC program. Second is 95, we were able to have a national IT blueprint for agriculture sector, which has paved the way for various informatics network program like AgriSnet, FetNet, Fertilizer Informatics Network, Seed Informatics Network, Fisheries Informatics Network, Animal Production Health Informatics Network, and so on and so forth. And also was instrumental in getting the Planning Commission scheme approved, a scheme approved by the Planning Commission on Smart Village and Smart Island, Agricultural Resources Information System, and also later there were a scheme called e-governance and farming, national e-governance program in agriculture. Then also a very big program of national animal disease reporting system, networking about 7,032 locations in the country. After my retirement in May 3rd, 2013, I joined the institute as a professor emeritus, established 5 centers of excellence to concentrate on information technology in agriculture and rural development and health sector. Later, I was also involved in the Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 task force, which consists of 14 volumes, which was established during 2016 under the chairmanship of Dr. Ashok Dalwai, a senior IAS officer. And I was asked to chair 2 volumes, 2 subgroups, volume 11 and volume 12B. And during that period, I was also designated as a chief advisor IT. And this recommendation I will cover later to strengthen today's topic. And we also now initiated smart tribal farming project in a cluster of 10 to 15 tribal villages in various states involving non-governmental organizations and higher educational institutions. Today, the topic is that greening the future. It refers to the process of creating a more sustainable world through actions that protect the environment, such as transition to renewable energy, reducing pollution, conserving resources, and promoting biodiversity. But this transition involves policies, technology, and individual behavior. Individual and community action which is needed for is through public awareness, grassroots movement, and the creation of green workforce, which are crucial for success. I think this faculty development program for the teaching members are to generate green workforce. Advancing agriculture economy and sustainability through technology and innovation is achieved by integrating technologies like artificial intelligence, IoT, and robotics to create more efficient, data-driven, and environmentally friendly farming practices. It is expected, it is envisaged that such innovations will improve crop yields and resource management through precision agriculture, while also enhancing economic outcomes via supply chain traceability and risk management tools. We have seen green revolution, and then we have moved on to evergreen revolution. Now, what is really now happening in the era of digital economy? Green revolution. This is GRIN revolution. G denotes genomics, R denotes robotics, I denotes informatics, and N denotes nanotechnology. Previously, green revolution, we talked about that involving about 75 agricultural universities and 100 ICR institutions, and that time it is very less. But today, with this expansion, evolution of technologies, and 50,000 higher education institutions who teach science, technology, engineering, arts, agriculture, mathematics, management can also get involved in digital technology in agriculture in the area of green revolution. I also on December 3rd, 2023, I was invited to participate in the Global Organization of People of Indian Organization at Kuala Lumpur. I talked on green economy and green technology, advancing towards achieving sustainable future. Green economy and green growth for green growth for sustainable development. And green economy is defined as low carbon, resource efficient, and socially inclusive, according to UNEP organization. Land, water, vegetation constitute the foundation for building up evergreen revolution movement, which has roots in the principles of ecology, economics, social, center equity, and energy conservation, employment generation, and social audit. Well-known expert economist Lester Brown, he defines an environmentally sustainable economy as an eco-economy. And also on December 2022, I was invited to talk in the International Conclave on Engineering a Future World for Society 5.0. So there, I have taken a topic, I talked on this topic, food security in a digital economy. Need for strategic agriculture informatics research and development program in India. It's very important. If food security in a digital economy, what we need is strategic agricultural informatics research and development program in India. Then you see that even in the G20 ministerial statement on trade and digital economy 2019, it also created an idea that the importance of a human-centered future society, that is society 5.0, data free flow with the trust and digital infrastructure. And we also have a blueprint for Atmanirbhar Bharat, 5 pillars: economy, quantum jump, not incremental changes; infrastructure, one that represents modern India; systems, technology driven; demography, we have a vibrant demography of the largest democracy; and demand, that is full utilization of the power of demand and supply. And also this is very important, that how the new disciplines and technology is impacting. The biggest impact on engineering came from information and communication technology, ICT, and created a new paradigm of society that is well informed and well connected. Now since engineering solves contemporary problems of the world, the future of engineering will depend upon what the future world wants it, what the society wants it. So it will be the responsibility of our future engineers and the technologists to find a sustainable solution to meet the needs of the growing world. Today, many faculty members will be from the agriculture discipline, but agriculture is becoming like an industry. And hence, Industry 4.0 technology adoption is necessary for agriculture sector. So all the faculty members are needed to be, understanding this list of technology which I have listed: artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, wearable and augmented technology, big data and augmented analytics, cloud and edge computing, digital platform, digital twins, natural language processing, 5G, genomics, gene editing, and so on and so forth. So hereafter, the curriculum will be an integration of engineering, life sciences, and information science. The new technologies will further find applications in industry like automotive, agriculture, pharmaceutical, banking and retail, manufacturing, and healthcare, our new human resources development from 50,000 higher education institutions will be in this discipline. Now we see a ecosystem in India. India is an agrarian economy. 145 million, operational holders as per the latest agriculture census. Traditionally, we have about 67% are marginal scale farmers having, land for operational holding less than 1 hectare. Small scale farmers, it is around defined as less than 2 hectares. Semi-medium scale farmers, 10%. Small scale farmers are 18%. Medium scale farmers are 4.3%. And large scale farmers are less than 1%. We need to operationalize technology in such a manner that we have to leverage on a mix of emerging and existing technology for effective and inexpensive ICT penetration for productivity in farming sector, be it input system, be it a production system, be it an output system, and non-farm rural development. That's why I proposed we need to have a discipline called agricultural informatics, whether MSc in agriculture informatics or MTech in agricultural informatics, BSc in agricultural informatics or BTech in agricultural informatics, PG diploma in agricultural informatics or diploma in agricultural informatics and MBA in agribusiness management. You also see the other, the policy domains. You have a digital India, make in India, skill India, startup India, stand up India, Atmanirbhar Bharat 2020 during the COVID situation, and digital connectivity mission 2022. Then we have a doubling farmers income by 2022. I was closely associated. All those things have to make India as an agrarian economy, as an agriculture 4.0. It is a prime responsibility of all the higher education institutions, including institution teaching agriculture science, agriculture and allied sector, to bring in agriculture 4.0, which is called digitally empowered farming community. Industry 4.0, which is given by German, which is digitally empowered industrial manufacturing. Industrial IoT, cyber physical systems, 3D printing, cloud computing, and big data analytics. Japan has announced digitally empowered society 5.0. We see that by achieving agriculture 4.0, which will be inclusive of industry 4.0 and society 5.0. And this is how it looks like. Industry 4.0 means, about 10 technology are inclusive. And now it's also talking about industry 5.0, which is with human interface. But agriculture is a system, which is a system of systems. And each one is generating a lot of data. Each farm, each animal, each water body is generating, lot of data. And billions of, billions of bytes data which is being generated every day throughout the world. So this picture talks about how AI design pathways in farm management systems. We have seen a product becoming smart product, smart connected product, and product systems and systems of systems. This is where digital technology, informatics development will facilitate. This one picture alone talks about it. Farm system, which talks about seed digitized optimization systems, weather data systems, irrigation systems, farm equipment systems, and so on and so forth. Weather data applications, and seed database, and irrigation nodes, and so on and so forth. So this is a very practical area for the computer science students, information science students, and agriculture science students to practically enter into it. So today the session is on, first one is on smart farming and precision agriculture technology. Later I'll talk about digital transformation and agriculture supply chain. Let us see that smart farming means what? It is an overarching approach that uses technology like artificial intelligence, IoT, and robotics to optimize farm management. You remember that we are now working in the area of green technology, genomics, robotics, informatics, and nanotechnology. Precision agriculture is a subset focusing on specific data-driven technologies to manage resources at the crop level, crop or animal or fisheries level. These are all three things which constitutes agricultural, systems. Both integrate technologies such as global positioning system, sensors, drones, and data analytics to make farming more productive, efficient, and sustainable. Both analyze data on soil, weather, and crop health to enable targeted applications of resources like water, fertilizer, reduce waste, and improve decision making. Today, farmer used to do everything, but today we have to facilitate the 145 million operational holders to use technology. Then smart farming technology. It is comprises of Internet of Things, which the sensors collected data and soil moisture, weather, crop conditions, and even movement of the animals will give its health conditions. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics and automation, drones, and cloud computing and software. But when it comes to precision agriculture, which is a subset which uses geographical information system very effectively and GPS, because for mapping of a field, mapping of natural resources is done by geography discipline. Later GIS technology comes into the system, and a variable rate technology adjust the amount of fertilizer, seeds, or water applied to different parts of a field based on their specific needs. Remote sensing, and drone applications, yield monitoring, and soil sensors. These are all various technologies are emerging now, and this is to apprise the participants that smart farming technologies, and precision agriculture. Now, also in 2014, I wrote this article which came in Agriculture Today. I have been promoting e-governance in farming sector, and we have to be responsible to the farmers and how to undertake reforms through information and communication technology. The articles are available. You can through remote, internet. You can always have it. But for the benefit of the participants, I talked about agricultural informatics as an emerging area of research and development. And that time, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Moni, has taken over as the Prime Minister of India. It is an NDA 2 government. So they talked about which are the priority agenda. I looked into it. One is made available through the Honorable President of India's address to the joint session of Parliament on 9th June 2014. Honorable Prime Minister's speech in the Parliament on 11th June 2014, and also his address on 86th Foundation Day of Indian Council of Agricultural Research on 29th July 2014. Now, ICT for agriculture is a digital springboard for sustainable agriculture product. Capacity building for sustainable agriculture, rural development at the grassroots level, it's a must. Farmers, rural youths, the future farming is in the hands of our rural youth. It is a capacity building is very important. Adoption of e-governance in farming sector. It is as a service, farming as a service. And establish agriculture polytechnic and agriculture ITIs to undertake competency building of youth in the agricultural entrepreneurship under PPP model, which I have been writing articles from 2000 onwards. We need to have agriculture polytechnics and agriculture ITIs. Establish Krishi TV channel in 22 languages, and networking establishment of commodity-wise farmer producer organization in every village and commodity-wise farmer-produced companies in every district. ICT-enabled supply chain, ICT diffusion and infusion in many potential, applications spanning the breadth of agriculture economy. We have 5,726 agri clinics and agribusiness centers for the last 25 years. They should be utilized to network to strengthen agriculture statistics and validation of ground truth. And this paper, which I published in December 2022, which was used as a frame, paper for volume 11 of the Doubling Farmers' Income, which you can see that, which I have been talking about VistarNet since 2000. This is an empowering small and marginal farmers through informatization of agricultural extension system network. It talks about 12 startups. Today, agriculture extension means 1 KVK. They will test only the technology generated by ICAR institutions and state agriculture universities. Now, for farmers, we need to go for Farm Extension 4.0. There are 12 boxes which have to be generated, established in each villages or in each panchayat. That's why we have been promoting to bring in smart farming technology, digital transformation in agriculture value chain. To achieve Atmanirbhar Bharat in agriculture in villages, we needed to have one agri-tech startup based on Farm Extension 4.0 in every Gram Panchayat, means 2.5 lakh agri-tech startup. To facilitate, I delivered the talk to the faculty development program on January 19, 2025 on enhancing agriculture with allied domains with AI and geospatial technologies. I will also bring some glimpses of that presentation here. You just see the technologies which the faculty members of the agriculture discipline have to understand is geospatial technologies, remote sensing, AI in agriculture, machine learning, AI in remote sensing, machine learning in remote sensing and GIS. They have to be taught data analytics, machine learning in data analytics, AI and ML for geoinformatics, machine learning algorithm for big data, environment, IoT, cloud analytics and data mining, remote sensing and GIS application for land and water management. And these are all some of the areas which are needed. That's why one research problem with the institute like the host organization, and I have been always talking about it, use of artificial intelligence, big data analytics, and blockchain technology to ensure optimal nutrition in soil and harvested food to minimize human disease. It is going to be an open innovation and which can bring in lot of employmental opportunity and a data analyst in the grassroots level. Now let us see that with respect to our problem, we are talking about smart farming and precision technologies and so on and so forth. What is the present conditions? I conducted 2 webinars. I will talk about it, weekly webinars. In one webinar, this has been brought out. The picture is clear representative. This is based on August, this previous census talks about 88% of the farmers, they're small and marginal farmers, and supporting 600 million, family members is their support, means 60 crores family members, and they earn less than 5,000 rupees. This is one of the, webinar which we conduct from 2022 onwards. Now, challenges in agriculture, you see, is deteriorating soil health, marginalization of land holdings, unpredictability and climate factors, and market and pricing related challenges. So farming is an inherently risky business. Everybody thinks about it due to dependence on many factors which are out of control. This has to be changed. These challenges in agriculture has to be taken as a potential and priorities for every one of us to use technologies and bring in a stakeholders, approach. So these two things which sets in our decision, our background, and climate change and pathways to self-reliant India, which gives us opportunities and challenges for sustainable development. We have, our Atmanirbhar, Bharat, goals, and also sustainable development goals, 17 goals, which have to be, looked into it with respect to every aspect. Now, after the COVID situation, UN Secretary General talked about 6 climate positive action for government to take: green transition, green jobs, sustainable and inclusive growth, green economy, and so on and so forth, cooperation. I think today you are talking about that one. And as an individual, we were instrumental in establishing Bhuvigan Vikas Foundation way back in 2000. And this is established for its sciences development, sustainable development, and healthcare policy studies in developing countries. And this has organized 3 conferences way back in 2001, 2002, and 2005. Well published. I was starting as an organizing secretary general, and I ended up as a co-chairman of the foundation. We have to revive it. The founder chairman is no more. Dr. K.V. Sundaram is a visionary. Earth Day celebration and international conference on sustainable development and sustainable lifestyle. India is known for, since time immemorial, known for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyle. Second conference talked about sustainable agriculture, water resources development, and healthcare policy. Third one is on rural India, achieving Millennium Development Goals and grassroots level development. And my discussion paper, it was on rural India, different meaning to different people. It was well received, still relevant. I have been always talking about capacity building for sustainable development is very important. They're all published. And when you talk about sustainable development, decision support system, metadata, and open GIS are very important. The diagram which is given there, it gives a constraint form, which talks about biophysical environment, talks about socio-economic environment, and form. It gives a lot of constraint. System production should not exceed resource productivity. And purchased input should not degrade resources. Purchased input, when you put on farm, it should not reduce, degrade resources. But value of system, production should exceed value of inputs. This is where the farmer's income and so on and so forth is there. But at the same time, resource degradation does not exceed resource productivity. This is where, that optimal resource efficiency, resource optimization of resource use is very important. This is where the database-based, planning and database development is very necessary with the technology, which will facilitate what to grow, where to grow, how to grow, when to grow, and why not to grow, what not to grow, where not to grow. These questions have to be answered. These are all called a framework called 5 W's and 1 H. Why, when, where, how, by whom, and for whom. This is very important. This is common for agriculture problems and our information requirement analysis and decision support systems. I also, talked about the need for geography, which is Jamia Millia Islamia has published this, monograph, that paradigm shift in geographic challenges and opportunities. Talk about how geography discipline GI solution can bring in desired result at the grassroots level for our farming community. Then this is very important today when you talk about green economy, green technology. We have to build up knowledge and decision support system, which will facilitate integrated land use planning for sustainable agriculture and rural development at block level. By building up smart farming and smart technologies at the grassroots level, will facilitate even agriculture officers to understand what is sustainable development, agriculture officers to understand sustainable rural development officers to know sustainability in agriculture. So building knowledge and decision support system is very important. I was chairing one session in National Institute of Rural Development in 2012, and this has been talked about it. This has come as a book chapter in the chapter, my paper in chapter 18. And I also at that time I told about capacity building. It talks about natural resource management system using detailed soil resource mapping and also agricultural resources information system at village level. You have to undertake capacity building of block level, district level agriculture officers, rural development officers, livestock officers and fisheries officers in the area of integrated land use planning for sustainable agriculture rural development. This amounts to training about 25,000 officers during the next 2 years. This is 2012. So now, it's very important. Then this article, which I wrote it in 2022, this is, and digitalization of agriculture in India, application of IoT, robotics and informatics and to establish farm extension 4.0. Within these 4 years, the views has exceeded 1,300 views. It talks about how emerging technology facilitates digitalization process. Digital transformation in agriculture sector. We have to adopt aggressive efforts on applications of artificial intelligence for agriculture innovations in villages. Agricultural intelligence to be utilized by artificial intelligence to bring in agriculture innovation. Means AI use agriculture intelligence to bring in agricultural innovation through artificial intelligence. Now, if you see that, artificial intelligence, it has got components which subset is machine learning, subset is neural networks and deep learning, and human intelligence and human learning, artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have to bring it out trustworthy AI systems. AI as an intelligent agent. This is where we have the strength to bring it out. Higher education institution like the institute which is conducting the training program today. And now the digital disruption in agriculture, workforce and capacity development, what the FAO and International Telecom Union talks about it. Talks about leadership and governance, strategy and investment, services and applications, infrastructure, standards and interoperability, content, knowledge, management sharing, legislation, policy and compliance, and workforce and capacity development. So now, the key technology which people like today, the participants should understand is ABCDE. That's what I put it over here. ABCDE, which is very easy to remember. What is A? Artificial intelligence, analytics and operation research. B, blockchain. C, cloud, IoT, 5G communications. Big data, ecosystem. But data is a very important thing that it's a power. No data means no AI. Poor data means poor AI. And we also have to look into the personal data, private, non-personal privacy and non-personal data privacy. How data can bring in data monetization. The blue side is that the data value chain, but the right side is the value creation. How Google and Facebook has monetized data. Amazon, Alibaba, Uber, Airbnb, and then Babike and Rolls-Royce and Amazon Web Services and so on and so forth. So what all the data which we generate from farmers' field, farmers' animal, water resources, we have to monetize it and pay back to the farmers. Now, so in totality, what we like to do is the agriculture 4.0, industry 4.0, and society 5.0. Talked about AI, we have a national strategy on AI. I think it may not be, it will be, very difficult for the other discipline faculty members to understand. But one has to understand that India has got a national strategy on AI for agriculture. And of course, there are about 5 areas: health, agriculture, education, mobility, and infrastructure. But I have taken only agriculture sector. Agriculture sector, which talks about challenges in agriculture. Digital technology and AI have the potential to significantly impact a number of challenges to Indian agriculture today through major change. Though major change cannot be driven by technology alone, digital technology and AI have the potential to significantly impact a number of challenges to Indian agriculture today. They also identified low potential to solve via digital and artificial intelligence, and high impact area to solve via digital oblique AI. High impact area and low potential. And financing, and farm input and farming sector, and selling and distributions. So, and these are all some of the things one has to, at least to start with, that the bolded one, high impact area to solve via digital technology and AI, financing and farming and selling and distribution. This is very important. Now, growth of agri-tech solutions and startups is an indicative of growing demands for solutions for specific applications. AI-enabled solutions, financing, farm inputs, tech-enabled agri-extension services. To agri-extension workers, I talked about farm extension 4.0. It has to be on the ground. And predictive pest management, real-time yield forecasting, precision farming using IoT, this is remote sensing data. Now, government has identified area. Now, educational institution and the faculty members has to target this area. That some specific areas of AI adoption and already being considered and deployed at the national level. Mobile-based recommending systems, AI-based automatic grading and sorting for vegetables and fruits. I will show some of the samples in our one. And AI auto translation among various languages, text to speech, speech to text in Indian languages. Now let us see that government as enabler to scale development. It conducts training. It is government support online national strategy and data for training and AI algorithms. Compute infrastructure is required for storage, training, and inference is being built up. Domain-specific expertise to design solutions. We have to have a multi-stakeholder approach. Application-focused research institutes to promote intersectoral linkages. Moonsuit programs to guide innovation to government priorities. That's why some of the multi-stakeholder approach we have taken it up for tribal, smart tribal farming. But now in agriculture sector, we don't have an open agriculture data standards because of this lacking, which has agriculture data has been stored in silos. So building up such systems, that AI applications, it's becoming it is a challenge. So it's a key barrier for nurturing an agri-tech startup ecosystem in India. These are all some of the challenges which we face. We lack open agriculture data standards. And Niti Aayog also proposed for development of an agri stack. Government of India has now involved, initiated steps to build up agri stack. Also that they also have an establishing AI specific cloud computing infrastructure for India. So when education institutions get into smart farming, problems to be using smart farming techniques, all necessary cloud computing infrastructures will come. And also government of India talks about artificial intelligence in Indian stack. Whoever is involved in AI development, kindly get exposure to the artificial intelligence Indian stack. I'm not going to talk about the detail, but the computer science department, information technology department and agriculture science department can look into it, sit together and understand artificial intelligence Indian stack. And there are about 6 layers. Artificial intelligence for agriculture innovation, we talked about it. This is has been talked about in World Economic Forum, that they talk about that artificial intelligence for agriculture innovation is necessary through intelligent crop planning, smart farming, farm gate to fork, and data driven agriculture. They evolved frameworks which we should use it, smart farming as a service, and so on and so forth. So emerging technologies like AI, IoT, blockchain, drones, further enabled by unlocking key data sets, offer an unparalleled opportunity to boost the efficiency and effectiveness of agriculture production systems. These are all the areas which they have identified. This is from the PwC and FICCI. They talked about ushering in a new growth wave from artificial intelligence for agriculture intelligence. They talk about agriculture inputs, which area can be looked into it for value chain creations and AI driven solutions. So we talk about value chain vulnerabilities for which that AI driven solutions can be built up and which can bring in impact. Let me read it out. Unsustainable use of fertilizer and pesticides leading to lower productivity. Poor access to institutional credit. So the AI driven solutions can be soil monitoring based cropping decisions, interaction history based e-extension services, fintech led credit and insurance services. Impact will be agri input optimization, robust agri extension, and increased access to credit and insurance. And like that, it is farming practices, harvest and aggregation, and storage and marketing and trading. These slides will be made available to all the participants. And the future of agricultural technology, some case studies: precision agriculture and farm management, crop quality and readiness identification, pest prediction and prevention, livestock management disease prediction, soil health monitoring and assessment. This is an NASCOM and Ernst & Young report. Crop yield estimation and prediction, optimized resource utilization and sustainable farming, and so on and so forth. Now, AI in Indian agriculture also tests are all being done by ICRISAT. They talk about crop and soil monitoring. Many startups are doing it, like Cropin, Smart Risk, Cropin, Intello Labs, and predictive agriculture analytics, various AI and machine learning being used, Microsoft India, ICRISAT, and supply chain efficiencies, that Gobasco, Intelligent Agri Supply Chain, is also published in one of the review, that artificial intelligence in Indian agriculture and industry startup overview. For the second, to strengthen the second talk, Industry 4.0 supply chain is very important. This has to be operationalized. Maybe that the reduced labor, I don't agree with that. It will have a lot of as far as agriculture sector is concerned, we have to have more vast opportunities and increased job opportunities are available. But take the first one: farmers, warehouse, processing center, service providers, extension agents, and logistics. Real-time monitoring, organized inventory, decision making, IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, and automation. Now, we talked about the ecosystem previously. Hello, madam? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, Professor, you're audible.
Okay. Now, so far I have been talking about the background in which the various policies and the system of systems and environment which is available. Now, let me say that what is on the ground. We talked about we need to bring in adoption of technologies from basic farming to productive farming. As an agriculture sector, agriculture efficiency is based on three components: technical efficiency, allocative efficiency, and production efficiency. These related efficiency indicators are, land, labor, and capital and farm income. As computers, as we know that the information theory of Claude Elwood Shannon in 1948 to Internet of Things of Kevin Ashton in 1999 have impacted digital technology application very decisively in various fields. I am part of the this journey from from District Information System in 1987 and 1995 ISDA and 2005 National E-Governance Program in Agriculture. We have 127 agroclimatic zones. We have 15 agroclimatic zones. Different farming systems evolved over centuries with the changes in weather and climatic conditions, technological innovation and socio-cultural practices. Our smart farming practices have to be locally customized for the 127 agroclimatic zone. And then we have irrigated farming, we have rainfed farming, and we also have, out of 6.5 lakh villages, 1.45 lakh villages are tribal villages. So we have introduced a new term in addition to irrigated farming and rainfed farming, tribal farming, which is a risk minimizing system, which can be a very good component for green economy, green agriculture, green future, and green technology adoption. So risk minimizing systems and its relevance have increased in view of ongoing climate change and erratic weather occurrence. Tribal agriculture have not seen green revolution, and hence it is necessary to bring them under green revolution GR again, because their productivity is very low. So let me see that what is the digital reforms which have been recommended. I would like to quote what our Honorable Prime Minister said it in his Man Ki Baat program on 29th November 2020. Our farmers, farm sector, villages are the foundation of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Agriculture data has become a major source of competitive advantage. About 145 million operational holders generate data farm-wise and 400 commodities data and for big data analytics. Technologies, we talked about it: edge AI, farm level, cloud fog computing, edge computing, and language computing. So these three: edge AI at the local level, cloud fog, cloud computing, and language computing, and which have to impact progressively in efficiency gains of farming sector. And there are 4 volumes which are very important with respect to adoption of technologies, which have been talked in the doubling farmers' income by 2022. I request all the participants, they are all, since they are from the agricultural discipline, kindly go through this report which is available there. Volume 33 is post-production of agri-logistics, which talks about maximizing gains for farmer. Volume 4, post-production intervention, agriculture marketing, and volume 11 and volume 12B, I was a group chairman, empowering the farmers through extension and knowledge dissemination, which is now generated VistarNet paper, and volume 12B, digital technology in agriculture. Now let us see that. We have to have a national farmers database, which we don't have it. If in the village level database, which should say that what to grow, which should be facilitating us to build up decision support system, to answer all 5 W's and 1 H. What to grow, where to grow, how to grow, and when to grow, who should grow, and for whom we should grow, consumers. So this is very important. And once we create these core parameters for these 140 million operational holders, now it is about 145, and which will promote blockchain technology, traceability, which can facilitate them carbon credit. We need to have as many number of agri startups are feasible. We have to bring it out. We given a number one, at least one for each gram panchayat, means 2.5 lakh agri-tech startup. These are all the 7 mission mode programs. We brought it out in the report which is published. Digital technology adoption in agriculture sector has to come through these 7 mission mode programs. Smart farming has to, in these smart farming technologies, have to be through these 7 mission mode programs. This is an ecosystem architecture which has, once if it is done on this in every village, this will be replicatable. The model will be replicatable, otherwise into individual project. Digitalized agriculture, synergization of all government schemes at village level, which is not available. And smart irrigated agriculture system, smart rainfed farming, and smart tribal farming. Digitalized agromet advisories and agricultural risk management solutions, so that farmers are not put into trouble. Digitalized agricultural resources information system and micro level planning for achieving smart village and smart farming. This is a report. I was the member secretary of the then planning commission, and comes under National Natural Resource Management System of Department of Space. The report was there from 2002 onwards. I included in this recommendation. Digitalized agriculture value chain. We recommended 400 agriculture commodity value chain. I am very happy you mentioned in the second one that this is digital transformation in supply chain value chain. And we recommended 400 agriculture value chain, and I will talk about 3 value chain as a case study. And digitalize access to inputs, technology, and knowledge, skill, and agricultural finance, and credit marketing and to the farmers. This is to say digitalize access to inputs, technology, knowledge, skill, agricultural finance, credit marketing, and agribusiness management to farmers. This is to generate farming as a service. Farmer did not run from pillar to post. And digitalize the integrated land and water management system. I'm giving an environment, an ecosystem architecture, and where all the technologies have to fit in. Then only the village and farmer and agriculture sector can get benefit out of it, and the higher education institution can provide a continuous R&D support. And digitalized farm health management, farm health, animal health, soil health, water health, and fish health for reduction of farmers' loss. I talked about use of artificial intelligence, big data analytics, and blockchain technology to ensure optimal nutrition to soil and harvested food to minimize human disease. This farm health management is very important. Human health. This is allopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy, naturopathy, and then plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, and fish health has to be seen as a totality. This will bring in health informatics professionals between the field, animal, lab to add to the consumers, farmers. So these 7 mission mode programs are very important strategy recommendation to bring in return on investment on all smart technologies. This is very important. Then in order to bring in the awareness to the common public, during this COVID situation, we started these two webinars. One is on National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 and International Webinar Series on Open Source Digital Technology towards Self-Reliant India in association with African Asian Rural Development Organization. It is a very big, as an author of the volume 12B, I thought that let me also take steps to operationalization. Experts from India and abroad, NRIs, participated, is available in the university website. It's the first one. This is about 1.5 hours, and second one is for 2 hours. As of 31st December, we completed 118 editions, out of which 5 people were not able to talk because of COVID situation, and 113 I brought out. Now this is going. Complete proceedings has come out, and this is the man, Mr. He talked about this how to bring in essential up to the democratization of essential services by using sustainable energy as a catalyst. Sustainable energy as a catalyst. He is a Maxesa Award winner 2011, and people like him talked about in this webinar. Second one is doubling farmers' income by 2022. As of 31st December 2024, I completed 132 webinars. See that that's different topics by the two centers: Center for Agriculture Informatics and E-Government Research Studies, and Center for Agribusiness and Disaster Management Studies. And the National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 talked about different topics for relevant to this topic. I'll talk about weather decision technologies for increasing farm income by Peter Koran Mila, and Dr. Harinder Singh Alwalia, and big data and smart farming, artificial intelligence enabled pest management technology, artificial intelligence and data analytics to ensure this is a very important thing. Tech enabling India's tech-starved farmers for manifold increase in productivity and income. John Deere's journey in India, integrated precision agriculture solutions, agrocrate, data-driven agriculture, agronomy plus artificial intelligence is defining as a precision farm, and feature of farming, need for precise plant nutrient analysis, role of digital technologies. I will show some of the slides. And international webinar series, entrepreneurship and skill development, health informatics, network value chain, commodity value chain, creation through agri network and agri AI, to take care of international agriculture export, AI and metaverse, frontiers in workspace, data mining and digital agriculture, application of AI and digitalization in agriculture and animal husbandry, disruptive technologies in precision agriculture, Kisan GPT to Bharat GPT, AI-driven transmission of India led by agriculture. These are all available. Those who are interested, they can get into the website and you can have it. And I said it that, this one webinar series, 113 webinar, I was able to complete the, proceedings, and I'm very happy it is now going to be, it has gone for, design and so on and so forth. But this 113 webinars, which were done in association with African Asian Rural Development Organization, is the first university to have used the COVID situation to bring out. We started on 12th September 2020, COVID-19 pandemic, up to December 31st, 2024. Out of 113 webinar, this webinar series have emerged as a vibrant knowledge ecosystem, enabling convergence across digital technologies, agriculture, sustainability, and rural entrepreneurship. Talks about roadmap for implementing smart farming projects, reflecting multi-dimensional needs of India's tribal and non-tribal rural economy, from infrastructure to innovation, from empowerment to ecosystem development. 30 dynamic growth impulses. Indeed, a great contribution to the society, this webinar series. The same manner, faculty development program also should come out with proceedings. We do hope that decision and policy makers will make optimal use of these ideas to keep pace with the new facet of development. Now, this is with respect to the webinar series. Now, let us see that how technology is getting into that. You see, people on the ground, there has a stack of technologies. But with respect to blockchain, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things, you have a consumer, you have a grower. What is the consumer's problem? He wants to have a quality, he is bothered about quality control. He's bothered about his, market prices. He's bothered about market dynamics. He gets facilitated through quality assurance. So all are, the digital technology applied. As far as the grower is concerned, he talks about soil health. He needs help through crop advisory, and he needs revenue assurance. But what all the layers of technology which facilitates them? Blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, Internet things. So between consumer and grower, the Internet of Things brings in reliability circle. Between quality assurance and soil health automation, the artificial intelligence brings in, the Internet of Things brings in reliability circle. And between market dynamics and crop advisory, that, artificial intelligence. It's a knowledge circle. And then quality control and revenue assurance is a trust circle. One has three technologies, how it network, consumers and growers, and you can see their technologies at the bottom, one actor and the farmers on the field, which gives a very good scenario that it is agriculture, horticulture, and fisheries and forestry. Now here, how the drone technologies can be adopted. Benefits of drone technology in agriculture is one of the man who produces OEM based. He doesn't import any components. He is a OEM, original equipment manufacturers. He's Mr. Rahul Singh. He talked about it, that benefits of drone technology in agriculture. And this is very important for today's conference. I conducted this one, data mining on digital agriculture. Digital agriculture is bringing out a lot of data. He is a professor. I know him for the last 35 years. Dr. S.S. Patil, professor of computer science, former university head from the University of Agricultural Science, Bangalore. He talked about that, data mining on digital agriculture. Because agriculture is, it is a set of subsystems. Each one is generating data. So data mining on the data generated by various subsystems are very important. Artificial intelligence and artificial neural networks are decision approaches with the probabilistic to deterministic of every given data. He talks about that, you have, statistics, you have a data mining, and you have, AI, machine learning, and a pattern recognition. And adoption of geoinformatics, bioinformatics, that is computational biology, and agricultural engineering, and agrometeorology. They're all generating a lot of data digital in agriculture. And this is data mining on digital agriculture is a must. Agriculture science is generating a lot of data. Data science talks about data invalidations, but this left-hand side, data science on cloud, data warehousing, cloud and big data analytics, and talks about various technology adoption has to be married with the data which are coming from agricultural science, which are all the agricultural subsystems which it generates. It's agronomy, soil science, breeding, physiology, microbiology, pathology, entomology, biotechnology, engineering, economics, marketing, agribusiness. Each one is generating a lot of data, and also allied sciences like horticulture, which is floriculture, fruit science, vegetable science, landscaping, sericulture, apiculture, forestry, animal husbandry, poultry, dairy science, and fisheries, where data are interrelated to each other. It means that agriculture sector, agriculture and food system is a very important systems data set for computer science discipline to work on. So this is weather decision technologies for increasing farm income. It is a very good data which talk about it. They use, artificial intelligence and weather technology with agriculture IoT data to unlock new insights that can help stakeholders to increase profitability and sustainability. This DTN service is helping about 5 lakh farmers. That subscribes to their services in US, Canada, and many other countries. Now, Niti Aayog of India decided to use of artificial intelligence in precision farming to develop climate-aware cognitive farming techniques, identifying system of crop monitoring, early warning and pest disease outbreak based on advanced AI innovations. So this is what he talked about it. And, farmers utilize weather prediction tools to advise them precisely when to plant, when to spray, when to apply fertilizer, and when to harvest using accurate forecasts that are hyper located to each farm. This is what we have to do it at the grassroots level. And this is Dr. Patil, VC Patil, who was a former professor of University of Agriculture Science, Dharwad, and he talked about big data in smart farming. And he talked about cycle of smart farming, smart sensing and monitoring in agriculture, robotics and sensor, in livestock biometric sensing, GPS tracking, and horticulture, robotic sensors in temperature, humidity, and so on and so forth, and fisheries automated identification systems. Smart analysis and planning, smart control, and big data in cloud. And this is very important thing, husband and wife, and both Mr. Halil Sheikh and Sanaz Sheikh, they talked about that how artificial intelligence enabled pest management technology for agriculture crop protection without pesticides. With the 20 years of research, Mr. Halil is a telecommunication engineer, and Madam Sanaz is a microbiologist. Both have joined together to see that how this adoption of artificial intelligence can facilitate, pest management technology. And they have really brought out as a commodity. And because farmer spends, more than 50% of their, expenditure is going for purchasing pesticides. This has to be adopted. So he says that, AI in agriculture will be a very important thing, especially, the pain points which will be addressed. So he has brought out commercial solutions based on, artificial intelligence. They studied how insects talk to each other. And then they, through their technology, that is called Brayhawk technology, this AI enabled, it generates some sort of a, wave to the the pest, and the pest goes away. So that's how they've done it. And Mr. Sanjay Vidyarthi talks about that how quantum computing, big data analytics, and IoT and AI and 5G can facilitate in bringing it out, multi-mode, multi-fold income generation for the farmers. Agriculture is the biggest use case of cutting edge technologies. This is very important, and hope we look into it. And then we also had a talk by John Deere's Journey in India, integrated precision agriculture solutions. Very important, very nice to know about it. Precision that empowers, they talk about make every seed count, make every drop count, and make every grain count. This is, by having unprecedented level of advanced technologies, that adoption of precision farming. Then this my startup, agri-tech startup, data-driven agriculture, that both guest speaker talked about that how data-driven agriculture by having decision support systems, can facilitate. Their startup is called AgSmart. AgSmartic is a precision agriculture company. They provided post-harvest, pre-harvest data-driven solutions to empower Indian farmers with advisories based on real-time farm information that helps in taking better decisions, thus improving crop yield quantity and quality. And these are all some of the solutions: seed traceability and pesticides monitoring and crop advisory systems. That this AgroCrade, it is an AI-powered physical plus digital infrastructure enabling digital trade in fruits and vegetables. Grading when the arrivals comes at mandis, how it has been graded so that the farmers high grade fruits and vegetables get a good market. It is also it uses computer vision, deep learning and robotics to assess the quality of fruits and vegetables in a fraction of a second and segregate them according to their quality and marketability. And Mr. Benjamin Raja, he talked on agronomy plus AI. The future agronomist have to be an man of all ceremony, and his precision farming is being defined as an agronomy and AI. All agronomists have to be trained with AI. Artificial intelligence will bring value to the farmers. And he talked about he is also a commercial product which is being operationalized in India. This is called farm again, harvest the unharvested so far. Agronomy plus artificial intelligence in precision farming. And this is some of the one which we can get it from his own website. It's using heavily machine learning technology. Second one is that talked about that future of farming need for precise plant nutrient analysis. Role of digital technologies is Dr. Satkumar and Mr. Abhay, Mungekar. We talked about how with a remote sensing technology, how we can bring in precision farming for every farmer with respect to soil health, water, and this is because for farming, soil health and water quality and sunlight are very important. They study this and they bring it out precision farming for every farmer. Technology is available. Second one is for how AI can be used for developing skills and entrepreneurs, rural youths, and what they call progressive farmers at the grassroots level through the higher educational institutions. The platform combines that how to bring in the micro education systems based on fourth industrial revolution. Microcredit. Now today talk about from credit to microcredit. Now he is talking about micro education system and a ledger of micro learning performance, AI interactive, and AI interface and user interface. And he talks about that how that the adaptive learning system with artificial intelligence. Adaptive learning system with artificial intelligence system will bring in high level of entrepreneurship and skill development. Then of course AI and metaverse, they're all in different stages, which it will become future workforce. There are the technologies as a frontier in the workplace. There's so many layers when many educational institutions have to work on infrastructure, human experience interface, software plus IoT, spatial computing, and experience and monetizations. It's very important. And then this is that health informatics network value chain. How to bring in clinical AI, whether it's a plant health, animal health, water health, and fish health, and human health. We don't have an AI-enabled clinical systems in primary health centers in the country. It's both engineer. Mr. Raghu Mittal is an MTech from IIT Kharagpur, and Dr. Surabhi Weiss Mittal is a doctor from AIMS. Both are working in this area. And this is, this is a very important thing with respect to today's talk also. Use of artificial intelligence and data analytics to ensure optimal nutrition in the soil, harvested food that minimize human disease. I will recommend many of the faculty members who are listening to this talk, they should come with pilot project to undertake in a cluster of 10-15 tribal, 10-15 villages in around their colleges. That will be very good. We'll talk about human health. It talks about harvested food, talks about soil health, heavily use of artificial intelligence, data analytics, and blockchain technology. And this is how commodity value chain through agriculture network. We talked about, that how to network, that agricultural network. And then also he said that lot of challenges and problems which normally agri exporters, agriculture experts will face it both nationally and internationally. How AI, by tapping these, so through IoT sensors and so on and so forth, by tapping the resources, how agri AI will facilitate the commodity value chain creation. This is very important, and this also we are working on with them. This is being a commerce. This commerce, both the BBA and MBA. This will be a very important thing, for the department. Then Unnati is another case study. Internet in farmlands, key for prosperous farmers. How to bring in internet, in the farm level for getting all the data. Technology as a catalyst. This is a case study, and it is working in many fields in northern India. And this is very important. Disruptive technologies in precision agriculture. These are all available, but I will quickly go through. He talks about, knowledge generation, knowledge transfer, application modeling, machine learning, IoT processing standards, and many other things that he says that assimilate, interpret, adapt, innovate in digital agriculture. Data is getting generated. Let us do that. He has been, is the founder, founder head of the Agro-Informatics Lab of IIT Mumbai. Disruptive technology, more disruptive technology will come, and we have to have disruptive innovations. And let us work on to agro artificial intelligence by adopting real intelligence, artificial intelligence, and more meaningful learnings. And Mr. Kumar is a startup for Dr. Pashu Technology. He talks about digital technology in agriculture. A lot of things I have is operational in Africa, and AI, artificial intelligence health engine to support veterinarians. He's working on it, and value chain for IT intervention, big data analytics, and blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and remote sensing, and robotics and automation. It's very important, and we have been working on in this one that agri startup, food startup, and technology startup. And this many, various categories have been identified: digital marketing startup, and horticulture startup, e-commerce startup, organic startup, agri-input startup, and so on and so forth. So digitalization of agriculture facilitates at least one agri-tech startup in every Gram Panchayat, which can ease out supply side lock in logistic of agriculture value system in the country. So this is digital transformation in the supply chain area is very important through the 2.5 lakh agri-tech startups. It's very important, and this we will see in the second session. Thank you very much for this 1.5 hours talk, and I'll be very happy that for the next 10 minutes, if you would like to get any questions, we will, we'll spend on that. Over to you, madam.
Sure, Professor. Participants, is there any question you want to ask the resource person? Any questions?
Oh.
All right, Professor. What we'll do is we'll take a small break, then we'll come back
Yes.
for this second session.
Just 1 minute.
Okay.
Let me now. I have come out for my presentation. That we should start. Hope that phenomenon. I think there are 83 people are there. Hope it must have reached them appropriately. Was there any interruption during that time?
No, Professor.
Okay. Was it my talk audible to them? Is it clear? Let me
Yes.
also evaluate myself.
Sure, sure. Actually, they are replying via chat.
Hello.
The participants are replying via chat. They're
Okay.
telling there was no interruptions.
But they can also give some input that with regard to how they were able to get their understanding.
Correct. Participants, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Let me also have a cup of water and then join. Okay, good.
Sure, sure, Professor. Participants, before leaving for break, I request everyone to please turn your cameras on so that we'll take a screenshot for documentation purpose. All right. Now we'll take a short break before we begin the next session with the same esteemed resource person. You need not leave the Zoom call as the attendance will be counted continuously. Please do not log out from the Zoom call.